This needs to be said. Now you have B.Simone making this video. And I know that there are going to be people who are not going to want to listen to her. They're going to look at the fact that she did chase after the baby, right? But again, I think that was half thirst and half clout. She knows how to utilize social media in order to get across what she wants to get across. A lot of people do it. A lot of women do it. But that's just her. But that doesn't mean that what she's saying is not true. She's making some valid points. And the thing is this. Black women, let me just say this. You're struggling. Your dating lives definitely do suck. A lot of y'all are single and you're heading nowhere. You don't know what a good man is. This is why you will come to certain people's pages and you will go off because the truth hurts. You will try to shame. You will try to degrade. You will send your simps. You will send these males, these veteran hobos to defend your honor, but they are easily defeated because they really don't have any position. The only position they have is that you can't get no women, right? You can't get no women. That's the best they can do. You can't get no women. When I hear these guys try to defend the way women are today and deflect it onto men, the only thing they could come up with, because they'll do a bunch of talking and not say nothing, is you can't get no women. You're complaining because you just can't get no women, even though that doesn't even make any sense. That's just like me complaining about having bad parents when I didn't grow up with my parents. How could I know they're bad parents if I never grew up with them? Right? Or me complaining about, let's say, that's just like me complaining about a teacher that I was supposed to have at the beginning of the year, but I got switched to a different teacher, and I complain about that teacher off of what other people said. Again, that would make no sense. No one would want to hear what I had to say. That's what we got going on. That's why B.Simone is trending, because people are looking at her and saying you're a hypocrite. You chase after the baby. You can't keep a man or get a man, even though I believe she's in a relationship right now. Her putting this TikTok video out and saying what she's saying, coming from her, because a lot of the people that follow her are struggle daters. B.Simone has a following of struggle daters. That's why they're turning on her right now. You got a lot of struggle daters. All they do is sit on social media is real life. Twitter is real life to these people, to these imbeciles. And because it's real life, they live vicariously through others. They have been living vicariously through B.Simone and her struggle dating, right? They love struggle daters. That's why Mary J. Blige's song, when she would go off about her dating life or whatnot, people would love that. She starts singing about being happy in love. They didn't like that, right? You got a lot of bitter females that can't keep a man. They love to talk about how they can get a man, but can you keep them past 2 or 3 weeks? Okay? You get with this guy for about a month and a half. Now y'all done broke up. Why y'all broke up? I thought you was in love. You showing them off for social media. You got this guy wanting to be the father of your kids. And the next thing you know, he's out the picture. That's because you're trying to create something that other guy doesn't want. But you didn't vet that before you got with him, because you just wanted somebody. Anybody. Well, I don't say anybody, because we know how picky, a lot of these females can be, and they still can't choose a good man. A lot of these females are hopeless. This is why they get on social media and shame all the time. And it's sad. And again, listen, man, I'm about to feel not about to feel. I'm starting to feel really sorry for some of these women, man, because some of them I think genuinely do want to find somebody, but they refuse to really address women honestly, especially the women around them. So they just let those women float, you know, and and they follow behind those women. But you got a lot of other women. They're too busy trying to live a lifestyle that they see on Instagram. Like you got women who try to emulate how these, blue check mark celebrity women dress, the type of guys they date, right? They want to be what they see. That's why they're going and getting the surgeries. They want the bodies like these women. They take all these. Have y'all noticed? You go to a Instagram page, right, of one of these females on Instagram or even Facebook. Why are they taking the same type of pictures you see on these Instagram model pages? Like they're taking pictures where they're at the beach and, they're posing, right? They are at like a mall or something and they're posing, right? They'll go into the store and they'll try on clothes and take photos that they're not going to buy, right? Or they'll take pictures by cars that ain't theirs, I mean, they just doing whatever for the gram, man. I know y'all know people like that. They doing whatever for the gram. It's sad, man. Because a lot of these women are wasting away. They're wasting the best years physically on dudes that can't bring anything to the relationship except Dizzy. And the thing is, according to some of these women, they can't even utilize that right. They can't even utilize that right. So they got to go elsewhere. So they're not really bringing anything to the table or to the relationship. Right? So again, it's up to these women to figure it out before it's too late. Because it's going to be too late. You can play around if you want to and get on social media and get mad and make all these goofy videos and posts mad at this guy or this woman for basically saying what everybody wants to say. And you can actually go and fix your life. Because a lot of these women have potential, but they waste it because they're too busy stuck on some loser ex who and by the way, I think that would be a whole nother conversation because some of these dudes who date women, they act like real incels. Like they act like if they break up with this girl, they'll never get another woman again. Now, some of these guys do act like that now. You got some of these guys that are so obsessed with one woman as if they can't get another woman. Those are the type of dudes y'all talking about. These dudes that get in one relationship and they become obsessed with that chick. They don't want to leave her. They get mad when she moves on, right? They throwing tantrums and fits, right? Those are the dudes y'all are talking about. Y'all not talking about the guys that make content, who've moved on in their life, who wants better in their life, who's not living for women. I don't live for no woman. I live for me. Right? A lot of these women should live for themselves and choose better. Better is out here. But if you're looking for Mr. Perfect ain't coming no time soon. Like the stream. Mr. Perfect is not coming anytime soon. I just wish y'all understood this. Mr. Perfect ain't coming. Right? So when I hear all the shaming that going on nowadays, man, from these females, from these males, who I believe are the real, they're the real, I can't get no box. I'm obsessed with this woman or that woman because I can't get no box. I can't move on. Those are the guys you need to worry about. These guys that tell you everything that you want to hear, those are the dudes you need to avoid at all costs. Because they're just trying to smash. And they will say whatever they need to say just to smash. These dudes are weak. These dudes are the real beta males. No real quote unquote alpha male is sitting around telling these women what they want to hear, pointing the finger at the men. I'm not saying men are perfect, that men don't make mistakes. That's why I tell these women to stop choosing these weak ass males. Stop choosing them. Stop giving these guys box. They don't know how to handle it. You think you're getting with a dude who gets with women when in reality, he ain't getting with women like that. He ain't getting with no women like that. That's why he on YouTube sitting up here trying to tell you everything you want to hear, because he's a clown. Nobody's checking for him. And this is a side note. Side note. Y'all know how I run my ship, right? I run my ship with an iron fist, right? I had to clean house with some of these males because I have some of these guys that will pretend to be red pilled, right? But as soon as they see some pretty faces around, they want to flirt and they want to turn into a complete and utter chump, right? Like, you just see the desperation in how they're interacting with these women. But before then, they're like, F these women, F relationships. I'm done. I'm going my own way. I'm ghosting. But as soon as they see some pretty faces, all that switches up just like that. And what's crazy is when I tell them to not do that because it makes you look bad, it makes me look bad because people are pointing it out. They're like, well, Jay, you just want them to yourself. You just want them to yourself. That's why you don't want us flirting. But you males are supposed to be going your own way. You supposed to be red pill, but you're getting mad because people can see that you dudes is drooling over profile pics in my chat room. Like a bunch of lames. And I'm not supposed to point that out. And some of you dudes is making the women uncomfortable. You're making some of these women uncomfortable because y'all have that energy, man. And sometimes women don't see that energy when they interact with these guys. And they end up giving these guys some. They end up getting in relationships with these guys. And they will immediately realize, I got into a relationship with a goddamn simp. Shout out to Silent Gary. Appreciate it. Beautiful misery. So I'm just trying to let these guys know that women can, not only can women see your energy, men can see your energy too. And if you're giving that desperate energy off, just imagine these guys, but they're sort of like we're on team dysfunctional heifer. That's what you got going on. You got the guys that are openly, desperate. And then you got the guys that are low key desperate. But there's a lot of desperation going on. It's insane.